There's a bridle hanging on the wall. There's a saddle in an empty stall. There's a faded blanket in the hall, and the bridle hanging on the wall. There's a horseshoe nailed above the door. It's the shoe that my old pony wore. You ask me why the teardrops fall. It's a bridle hanging on the wall. With my pony as my guide, I used to ride the trail, watching the moon gone low. But now that faithful friend has found an endless trail, he's gone where all good ponies go, and his bridle's hanging on the wall, and the shadows in an empty stall. No more he'll answer to my call, 'cause his bridle's hanging on the wall. With my pony as my guide, I used to ride the trail, watching the moon going low. But now that faithful friend has found an endless trail, he's gone where all good ponies go, and his bridle's hanging on the wall, and the shadows in an empty stall. No more he'll answer to my call, 'cause his bridle's hanging on the wall.
My Rose of Old Erin, my Kathleen Mahoney, your eyes, they could light many mantles of love, for there in your eyes is the dew of the morning. You've taken the light from the sky high above. You've captured the blue from the violets empty. You'd borrowed your smile from the sun in the sky. For you are a rogue and your thieving's extensive. You had stolen my heart with your true Irish eyes. Irish eyes were smiling, Irish eyes beguiling, eyes that gleamed with love, my dear, could light the skies above. Eyes of heaven's splendor, eyes so warm and tender, brighter sparks than all of the stars are those Irish eyes of love. eyes of heaven's splendor, eyes so warm and tender, brighter sparks than all of the stars are those Irish eyes of love. Of the flowers of the forest there are none to compare to the flower that has captured my heart in this way. For there in your smile, so warm and so tender, you've taken the heart from the flowers in May. You've captured the blue from the bluebells in springtime. You'd borrowed your blush from the rose in the briar. For you are a rogue and your thieving's extensive. You had stolen my heart with your true Irish eyes. Irish eyes were smiling, Irish eyes beguiling, eyes that gleamed with love, my dear, would like the skies above. Eyes of heaven's splendor, eyes so warm and tender, brighter sparks than all of the stars are those Irish eyes of love. Eyes of heaven's splendor, eyes so warm and tender, brighter sparks than all of the stars.
Come stroll for a while through my memory, and I'll tell you of times long ago, when we walked to school summer and winter, barefoot through the fields we would go. I remember our little thatched cottage and the half door led into the hall, the crane o'er the fire in the kitchen, and the grandfather clock on the wall. The stout it was cured with the poker, and Putcheen the set cured the flue. The bacon it hung from the ceiling, sure the story I tell you is true. We went to church every Sunday, and grandfather wore his best hat. The preacher he spoke from the altar, and all the women in different seats sat. Matchmaking was part of tradition, and the rambling house filled up at night. When the tailor he told the ghost stories, all the children they'd shiver with fright. The stout it was cured with the poker, and Putcheen the set cured the flu. The bacon it hung from the ceiling, sure the story I tell you is true. I remember the sound of the anvil and the burning horse hoof we could smell when we passed the forge door in the evening with the water we fetched from the well. We spancelled the cows before milking, tied the hearse to the wall through the shoe. His collar and hames, the winkers and reins and the harness, we kept them like new. The stout it was cured with the poker, and poaching the said cured the flu. The bacon it hung from the ceiling, sure the story I'll tell you is true. For miles to the fair in the darkness, with our animals we walked with delight. When the wheeling and dealing was over, everyone waited on for the fight. Now I hope in telling this story I haven't detained you too long, but there's so much more I must tell you someday in some other song. The stout it was cured with the poker, and poaching the said cured the flu. The bacon it hung from the ceiling, sure the story I'll tell you is true. Sure that story I've told you is true.
You look here, how the rocks are born.
Ploughman's lunch would go well now, Paddy, wouldn't it?
Oh, come all you loyal heroes, and listen up to me. Don't you hire with any master till you know what your work will be. For you must rise up early from the clear daylight of dawn, and you never will be able but to plough the rocks upon. And it's rise ye up early, Sweeney, and give your horse.
No ribs broke after that one, Paddy.
Oh, I was lucky enough. I was outside the Hannels just, it's a big rock that. Probably too big to get out, you know. But we're lucky enough we didn't break nothing, you know. Them stones is big, and that stone's that big you couldn't get it out. You know, we were boys here, 10, 20 years ago, de-stoning this, but they didn't get that one out, and a good few more.
Well, that didn't do any harm to the plough, did it, Paddy?
No, it doesn't seem to have done any harm, but it can do harm to the mare's shoulders, you know. A sore on the shoulders and you get a sudden jerk. But no, we're lucky enough.
That spanner fits the whole lot, Paddy.
Aye, that spanner there fits every nut on the plough. There are 2 ends on it. And that's your cutter, your knife cutter. That does the cutting in front of the shock. You know, it gives you a guide of your width too. From that inside of that big wheel, the 4 wheel, to the knife cutter, you plough about between 9 to 10 inches. We're not ploughing that too wide today because it's a very tough pull, you know. It's lee and it hasn't been ploughed for a very long time. This wheel here sorts out your depth. The difference between the height of that wheel and that wheel is your depth. Which we're ploughing today about 6 inches, you know. That's the land wheel and that's the 4 wheel. Right, well this is your 4 wheel. And if you take a measurement from there to your knife cutter, that gives you the width of your 4, which is between 9 to 10 inches. We're only ploughing about 9 today for it's very hard ground, that it's hard to pull, you know. And the small wheel here is the land wheel. The difference in height between the 2 wheels is your depth. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're ploughing about 6 inches today, which is deep enough for corn, oats.
These rocks can't be avoided, anyhow, Paddy.
No, No, it wouldn't be so bad if you could see them, you know, but they're all covered over with maybe a couple inches of soil on them. Only way you notice when you hit it.
There's no wonder so many men emigrated years ago, Paddy.
No,
Turn
but
him
no.
out on your
broken
green
rubber,
lawn,
Come on, walk on.
for he never will be able but to plough the rocks above. Oh, my curse attend you, Sweeney, for you have me nearly robbed. A-sitting by your fireside with your duding in your gob. Sitting by your
Did your father plough, Paddy, did it?
You what?
Huh?
Aye. He ploughed. That was his job, was a ploughman. Horse ploughman.
And what did you call him?
Charlie Doherty. That's right.
Margaret's in full now at the moment.
That's right, Margaret's in foal. She'll be foaling in about 5 weeks' time. 5 or 6 weeks' time. Covered with a black and white horse. A very good horse he is too, but 16 hands. Belongs to a man in convoy, Paddy Harkin.
You'll keep the full, Paddy.
Ah, probably will. Aye, I will, aye. Hoping for a nice filly. Well marked. It's a nice mare, quiet. They're both very quiet mares.
And that's harness.
This is your drafts. It goes to the collar, the hems. This is where you take your pull from, the draft from. That's your collar. That's your winkers. That's your rein for steering. And your bits in here. That's your back rope. And your swing out wheels. These here. And when you're ploughing round the winding ridge, as we call it, you have your hooks turned in just to keep you from catching on posts and things like that, you know, where bits of bushes would be sticking out. You have no bother, and it causes no bother. And that's just about the head of the harness.
The day in trade, Paddy.
Day in trade, there are only a few of us left. But there's a good few now, you know. There's a lot of ones coming back at it. Just for pastimes to go to shows and that and ploughing competitions, you know. She's casting her hair now too. She's getting rid of the winter coat. Alright, gal. Come on,
Oh, come all you loyal heroes and listen on. Don't you hire with any master till you know what your work will be. For you must rise up early from the clear daylight of dawn, and you never will be able but to plough the rocks above.
Wander far away, and as I view that grand old glen, perhaps no more to see. Sure, I thought my heart would surely break on leaving Glen Swilly. Brave stalwart men around me stood, my comrades kind and true. And as I grasped each well-known hand to bid my last adieu, I said, my gallant countrymen, I hope you'll yet be free to see the sun burst proudly wave o'er the hills of Glen Swilly. No more among the sycamore I'll hear the blackbird sing. No more I'll hear the blithe cuckoo to welcome back the spring. No more I'll plough those fair hill fields.
It's a good church, It's not long bit. You need to give her a good washing after you. McLaughlin Paul is someone a wild man. That's right. What a good job. Oh, man, I see it. Hey, move again now. A lot of spraying. That's it. That's it. You all on the drip. Well on this guy. Come on, Mark. Come on, walk on. Man, you'll think that. Now there's not a lot of sports in you, you know. We made the idea.
The windows are shuttered, the grasses are high. No smoke from the chimney curls up to the sky. The fences are bending, now I on the stairs at my little old house in need of repair. The scenery is pretty, the trees
You don't like the vegetables, do you not?
if you fish in the river,
You do?
then
Good
you'll
man.
understand.
Not everybody likes vegetables. Paddy, I've got to like the vegetables. Size them, you're a big strong man.
The children are gone now, there's no one within. I sit by the river and think of the past,
Living on that's as sweet as it.
knowing a few more years may be my last. So sadness departs and peace fills my soul, for the little old homestead and I have grown old. I sit on the doorstep, my thoughts wander through the passing of time and the days that I knew. Through the soft stillness comes the song of a bird, the echoes of sweetness I so often heard. Now the years they have passed so quickly, you see. Nobody knows what this all means to me. The memories are warm and the facts they are cold, that you and your homestead one day will grow old. I sit by the river and think of the past, knowing a few more years may be my last. So sadness departs and peace fills my soul, for the little old homestead and I have grown old. I sit by the river and think of the past, knowing a few more years may be my last. So sadness departs and peace fills my soul, for the little old homestead and I have grown old.
places and takes us back to share again golden days and friendly faces. May we all someday meet again. There are words we should have spoken. There are plans we should have
Aye, she pulled, aye.
made and promises
It does, a nice pole.
Look, you're wearing food.
that we
thank you.
have broken.
Strong food.
It does, a good strong pole.
What is the polly food?
It's a fully pole, aye. It'll be a fine mare someday,
That won't be.
2 or 3 years' time.
What horse is that for?
It's covered with a black and white horse, Packy Harkins up on convoy. He stands 16 hands.
Man, dear, big horse.
Coloured horse, aye.
That's a wonder it doesn't show more white in the bottom.
Aye, it is, but I'm happy enough with the 4 white socks and the white star and the forehead, you know.
I seen that the mare's white.
Aye, black and white,
Black
aye.
and white.
Aye. But how you get that, you know.
That'll happen.
Aye, that can happen, aye.
The stray back.
That's right, they do, aye.
Well, you were working her up till
Aye, fortnight before...
fortnight
she foaled.
Before she foaled.
Aye.
But that doesn't do any harm so long
No,
as she's properly handled.
no, aye, she was well cared for, you know, well wanted.
Well wanted and good horseman. Good horseman handling her makes a difference.
Aye, it makes a bit of a difference, aye. Aye,
Well, you're well used to that, Paddy.
aye well used at it now. Aye. You'd have worked right for the horses yourself.
Aye, I
in your
worked
time.
for horses when I was younger too.
Aye, that's right.
Aye. Big horses and small horses.
Aye.
They're not all the same though.
No, they're different temperaments, some of
A
them.
lot of different
Aye.
horses.
That's a grand working mare there, you know.
Oh, aye.
Aye.
Aye, I would say that. Very nice work.
Very good mare.
I saw her that day over in that day up in the spots.
Aye, she's right. Good
Aye.
temperament.
Good temper.
She's
Very
good.
strong.
Aye,
Very
she's strong,
strong
based.
mare.
Aye. It's a good shoulder to her.
And good on well on her feet.
Aye, good feet, good lumps. Good body to her.
What age is that mare, Paddy?
That mare's 9-year-old.
10-year-old.
9-year-old.
Young, strong mare.
Aye, young
She'll
strong.
rear a lot of foals yet, Paddy.
Aye, there was she will, aye. She will.
It's just to put another better price for her.
Aye, foals are a bad price at the minute.
Aye.
But still, if you get a good one you like, that's the trouble, you don't like selling it then.
A good one's always saleable.
Aye, that's true.
Right, Paddy. We must go now.
Well, all the best to you.
Good luck to you, mare.
Aye, good luck to you.
Will you serve her? Will you serve cover this year?
I don't think so, no. I've enough of horses now for a while.
Distant thunder,
Price is not good, and then if you get one you don't like parting it, you know, that's sort of going. Good luck. Aye, Jerry William. Good luck.
May the storm fill you with wonder. May it light the road that lies ahead. So take us to familiar places and take us back to share again golden days and friendly faces. May we all someday meet again. So take us to familiar places and take us back to share again golden days and friendly faces. May we all someday meet again. May we all someday meet again.